All right, good morning, everyone. It is another, it's beautiful to me. It's a little overcast, chilly. I really like that. Another, what I would call a beautiful morning here in New York City. Anyway, though, it is Thursday, and I just wanted to invite you in a little bit to a behind the scenes look at my day. Once again, kind of in line with what we've been doing on the channel for a little bit, the last couple of, last week or so. So today, let's see, I'm motivated. I feel motivated today. I'm feeling, excited about being a therapist and being a social worker. That feeling does come and go, but today I'm particularly motivated. And so with that in mind, on the agenda for today, we have a morning of clinical sessions. So we'll spend the morning doing that, right? Doing client work. And then I will try to take a lunch break if I can, typically in between client sessions, and as that I kind of block off that clinic time basically in the morning. Things trickle in, right? So I might get phone calls for new client requests. I might get emails for different things, all sorts of things, maybe having to verify someone's insurance, or maybe it's a question from a staff, that kind of stuff. And so then usually right after my last session and before lunch, I do try to address the quick things, the things that take, just a response or like a minute or two. Occasionally, though, I start one of those things and it takes me too long and eats into my lunch. So I've got to be better about that. I think it's really important to take lunch break, even if it's just 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Although lunch, you should really eat. But I'm going to try my best to have a lunch break today. And then the good news about today is that I have I've said this in other videos, but I do try to kind of keep a block of like buffer time or overflow time, kind of a block of time where I can do what I need to. There's nothing pressing in that block. I have one of those this afternoon where I can follow up on notes. I will probably work on some, backlogged emails, that kind of stuff. And so there's no real pressure today to like answer everything right away. So I think, so today will be like a day like that. I think days like this, you typically feel like you start the day with taking a deep breath and you're like, okay, I've got some flexibility, on the back end of my day. The challenge with a day like this, especially as someone in private practice or even someone just owning your own business, is let me try to word this right. You have the flexibility during that period of time, right? At the same time, you want to impose a little bit of structure, or else you can end up getting carried away in a task that's not that important, or you can end up kind of just not doing any work and just kind of moseying around. That's happened. That's all happened to me before, right? So I think on one hand, you appreciate the flexibility, and you also impose a little bit of structure. It's kind of finding that middle ground. And so I find that to always be something I have to think about, right? It's not just a block of free time, but actually it's a block of free time that I need to use purposefully. And then this is actually where I bring in something like the Eisenhower matrix, right? How do I prioritize what I'm gonna get done in that block? And then I keep a list and all that, which if you follow this channel at all, I have to-do lists and all sorts of things going on, all these systems. So I know for today that free time, I don't think I have any. I'll have to double check later this afternoon, but I don't think I have anything that has like a hard deadline, but I do have things that I should get done probably by, probably should, again, no hard deadline, by like tomorrow or early next week. So I'll try to prioritize those things. Those are going to include, following up with clients, and they're going to be involved like the schedule for next week, making sure that's all worked out, all the clients are ready, they got all their links. So that stuff will probably take priority this afternoon. And then also for my staff, we've been migrating email systems. Obviously communicating and having an ability to do that is important. So we'll be migrating some Google stuff. That one's challenging because that one I'm going to migrate my emails. And if it goes really smooth, then great. But oftentimes those tech things, oh my gosh. If you watched my video yesterday where I talked about my conversation with Availity, doesn't always go so great. So we'll see how the afternoon goes. Hopefully that goes smoothly. But that's on the agenda for today. I'm going to I'm not heading out, but I'm going to log into my clinical sessions in just a minute. And we'll catch up a little later in the afternoon. All right, we just finished up my lunch and just finished eating. Yeah, so today, let's see. So I had the clinical sessions, and then I had a couple of actually miscellaneous meetings that I just ended up scheduling into kind of like the small gap between my last session and my lunch break. Sometimes I do this where if I have like a meeting that I should take, or a call with someone, I'll try to squeeze it into that small gap. I think there's pros and cons to that. The pro is that it's efficient, you get it done. You kind of, you stay on top of things. But then the gap is I kind of push that into my lunch break, and occasionally I risk not taking the lunch break. But today, it's okay. We got a very flexible day. So I was able to take those extra calls in addition to the clinical sessions. And even now, I'm still able to eat my lunch, which I finished. And I'll sit here and just rest a little bit longer. And then I will move into my kind of afternoon. And again, like I shared, this afternoon, my free block is going to consist of, I'm flexible today, so I don't have any required stuff that has to be done by today. But today we are going to focus in on kind of notes that have to be reviewed from my therapist that I have to review. I'm going to focus in on the Google migration, so getting the new emails. And then, of course, things trickle in, right? So while I'm doing those things, I might get a call, like a new client call or something like that. And on a day like this where it's flexible, I'll typically take it right away if I'm able to, and kind of address the inbox as it comes in. And that's the other thing I'll do. I'll be addressing my inbox. So maybe things that have been there a couple days, miscellaneous loose ends, we'll do that this afternoon. So I think, we're looking at a pretty good afternoon. Looking forward to it. And so, I'm just going to rest a little bit longer and then head into the afternoon. And I'll talk to you then. All right, so we've reached the end of the day, and I actually am realizing this looks like an interrogation scene, but it just got dark in the office space where I work, and so, sorry, it looks like I'm being interrogated. Anyway, so today we're kind of at the end of the day, and I think I got a decent amount done. I think, one of the challenges with a day like this is, trying to stay kind of on top of the tasks with kind of the free and flexible time. This afternoon I was able to get a couple phone calls in. I was able to clean up my inbox. I was able to kind of follow up on some of the Google mail and stuff like that. The inbox, sorry, my brain a little fried. The Google Workspace, transferring emails, that kind of stuff. And then I also had a little bit of time left over, which is nice. Kind of gives me a little more buffer. So overall, I think I got a decent amount done today. It's days like today, they're good. I love being a therapist. I love being in private practice. And part of the reason I make these videos is to inspire you. I hope that you love, I don't know, not everyone has to love it, but if you want to give private practice a try, you want to be your own business, I encourage you to try. It's really cool. It's really great. There's some flexibility there. One thing I'm missing my coffee. I have coffee. It's empty. I got to get more. I usually finish my days with a cup of coffee as well. And tomorrow's Friday. That's always exciting. I love Fridays. I think I'll be going live tomorrow, doing a video there. I think that's it for me today. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening and you have a great day. And I'll see everyone in the next video.